Hey guys, it's Kemi Marie. I am super excited today to answer all of these questions regarding thinx and period panties in general. I'm wearing headphones and like I'm not listening to anything, any music, so I'm just gonna take them out. I took in a lot of questions from Instagram, and there's about 40 of them, so I'm going to answer between 20, 25, maybe 30, probably 20, and then I'm going to answer the other 20 on my super follows and my membership space. So if you want to hear the rest of the questions and like just a more in-depth conversation, make sure to super follow or check out my membership space. It's a flat rate for all of my insights and like stuff like this. But I got a ton of questions, and so I'm really excited to answer them. If you don't know, I'm a thinx leader, which is really exciting. It's really something that I was planning to do. How all of this came about is really interesting. My partner at the time, who is now my ex, was into period panties, and like she wore them and she got them from thinx. And the way that like my life works is when I say I want something, like I'll be like, oh, I want new jewelry, or I want XYZ or something like that, and I open my mind to it, then like a brand will like reach out with that. It's like really, really weird how it happens, okay? And so I would just always be like, ew, period panties, like why would you wear those? They're so gross. I was one of those people that was like, no, I don't like period panties. Like I don't know how you can like sit in your blood. Like I hate pads. I would always wear tampons. Like I just thought like put it in, like don't have to worry about your period ever again. And it was super like, my connection with my period was super, super detached. And so I just didn't really like the idea of period underwear. But then, I literally told her, I was like, I would not do that. But then I was like, you know what? Maybe I can get some more period panties for you. Like I was like, maybe I can get more period panties for her. And so obviously I just like put that out there. And then thinx reached out to me, or not necessarily thinx. It was an influencer, like, what's it called? It was an influencer platform that brings you different like work, you know? And that's something that I talked about in my other video, the how I started working with brands video. But it was just like an influencer platform, right? And they reached out to me and they were like, hey, we would love for you to do a video. We'll send you product. It's for this like company. And it was for thinx. And I was like, what the fuck? Like I literally just said I'll get them for my partner, and they reached out to send some, right? So I'm like, okay, bet. They told me what I had to do, post, da 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 da. So it was like a one-time thing. I posted like one thing. I feel like people keep calling me, so let me answer this. We're good. So yeah, they reached out to do something, and I ended up doing one thing. I don't know if it was a reel or if it was just like post. I think it was just like post like 2 stories or something like that. And so I ended up doing that, but then I ended up doing a reel as well. And it went like viral, and it was super good. It was awesome. I didn't really like intend to do that, which is when your best work comes out, is when you're not really like trying too hard. I always tell people that like just do whatever you want and be authentic with it. And so I just posted that, and then a few months later, like actual thinx reaches out to me to be a thinx leader, and I was like, this is wild. Like I didn't expect it. But the guy that the influencer platform had sent it to thinx, they were like, oh yes, my engagements and stuff like that, all that stuff, my activity was really good. So they ended up sending it to like the actual company, and then the company reached out to me to be a leader. And I think it was really interesting because I received the thinx, and I did like the brand work with them, and I like fell in love with the product. Like I was not expecting it. I was just gonna give it to my partner, but then I actually used it, and I was like, let me try this out, and I loved it. And so I've been a thinx leader since I started all of this stuff, and I love it. Like I literally love period panties, and I'm just like even saying it, I'm like, oh my god. I'm gonna do another video, like a haul with all of the period panties that I have. And I'm going to talk about like building the connection to my period, because that's something that it's allowed me to do, essentially, is build a better connection with my period. So I'm going to make those videos and share them with you guys. But today is specifically the Q&A, because like every time I launch Q&A on Instagram, people ask a ton of questions. So we're going to go through and answer 20 questions, and then again 20 other questions on my membership space and super follows. So let's get started. Okay, so first question, is it messy when trying to use the bathroom? No, it's not messy when trying to use the bathroom. You don't, like, none of the blood is on you, so it didn't get messy. You have to wash them a special way, or just machine wash, delicate cycle. There's two ways that you can wash them. You can hand wash them, which is what I do, or you can machine wash them in cold on like a delicate cycle, and then you always want to hang dry them, not dry them in the dryer. I personally advocate for hand washing them. I think it helps build a better connection with your cycle and your period, and I really enjoy it, actually. Yeah, then hang dry. What made you want to try them out? I think I told you guys this already. Like, I got the product, and then I ended up using it just because I was like, you know what, let me give it a try. I'm never one to like just knock something out of the park. I feel like you have to try things before making a judgment. So I wanted to just, you know, challenge myself. What do you do when you use the bathroom? Do you change the pair each time? I do not change the pair each time. I only change it when I need to. And I think that'll be another question coming up. But yeah, I don't change it every time I go to the bathroom. You don't have to change it when you go to the bathroom. It's not like a pad. Like, the blood doesn't sit on top like a pad would, you know? Does the blood smear on your skin like with pads, or does it leave you completely dry? It should leave you completely dry. If it doesn't, that means it's time to change it. How long do you wear yours? So it depends on if it's like a light, a heavy, a super heavy, or a medium. On the first day, so first and second day, I usually wear like the super heavies, and I can honestly wear that for the whole day. But typically I'll go through two to three, just because I don't like to like shower and then like put them back on. I don't like doing that. So if I wear one throughout the day, I'll end up wearing one through the night. I don't know, I'm still working on like coordinating that, but it's typically 2 to 3 that I wear in a day. And again, you can always change them. I just don't feel like there's a need to change if like I'm completely dry and it doesn't smell, like, it doesn't make sense to me. So with the super heavies, I will wear mine all day. If it's a medium, I'll wear it maybe half the day. Like, do they feel similar to wearing a pad? Not at all. Not at all. It doesn't feel like something is attached to you, or like an extension of you. I don't know if that makes sense. You know how pads just feel like it's an extra, like, something? I'm struggling with words today. I apologize. Mercury is definitely retrograde. But yeah, it doesn't feel like there's an attachment to your underwear or anything like that. It literally just feels like you're wearing underwear, period. It's actually very comfortable too. It's like extra pad. It's literally just like extra pad, but not like an attached pad. It just feels like comfy underwear. How well do they work for heavy periods? So this is an interesting question. thinx has, thinx. Let me go here. thinx has something on their website that says Know Your Flow. And it's a matchmaking tool for your specific period to figure out what thinx will work best for you. So if you want to go on there and check it out, you can. If they think that, I just love saying that, if they thinks that your period is too heavy, then they'll let you know, like, hey, it might be best to like try the underwear and then like wear a pad with it, or like see how it works for you. Personally, I really struggle quantifying like what my period is, because it's not heavy every single day. I feel like my period just does a huge dump over the course of like 3 to 5 days. And I say 3 to 5 days because like I count the discharge that happens like after the full period, like the brown, just like the tiny old lining. I count that as well. But like heavy days is like the first 3 days. For me, I don't think that I have a really heavy period now. So I can't really speak for like people who have heavy days like every single day. I think if that were me, I would probably operate with the same way I operate now, where I get a super and I wear a super for like the whole day, and I do that so I'd get a super or 2 supers for every single day of my period. That is what I would do. And I know that my period is relatively light compared to my period before I gave birth. Before I had a child, my period was like super heavy, like long, heavy. But now compared to that, it's like nothing. It's a breeze. I don't even have cramps. So I don't know. It's really hard for me to quantify that. But again, do you have to wash, rinse separately, or just toss in wash machine with other clothes? We answered that. How do you find a comfy fit? I have a pair, but they're so fitted / uncomfy, I don't use them. Personally, I would say probably get a bigger size then. Like, try the bigger size. I get mediums. I go with the size of my pants and it works, and it's very fitted. There's also different like types of thinx underwear. So there's like fitted ones. So like they have super hip hugger, they have hip hugger, they have cotton boy short, they have a high waist, they have sport, they have a cotton brief, like a boy short. Whichever one you get is gonna dictate like how it fits on your body. So like I like the high waist sometimes. It can be a little loose at the top just because my stomach is like obviously thinner than my hips, but I like the high waist one. I like the hip hugger ones, and I love the super cotton brief. So I think it's just a matter of either getting a bigger size or like finding a different style that might shape with your body better. I think especially since you need multiple period underwear to like last. I mean, I'm sure you could use one and then like rewash it, but it's best to just have different types of them. Wondering if these would be good postpartum underwear too instead of those big pads. Yes, they actually have postpartum sets specifically. They also have sets for teens, and they have sets for people struggling with like leakage, which is also good for postpartum because some people leak afterwards. So do you ever bleed through them? Yes, if I'm in it for too long. It's very possible. It's like not impossible, which is why if I'm having a heavy day, I'm probably gonna use a super instead of a heavy, just so I don't even have the potential to bleed through it. I just try to make sure it's like completely covering my punani. Okay. Do they hold blood far enough up the front and back? Worried about sleeping / laying down. Yes, they're actually really good when laying down. Let me show you. Let me show you. Okay, I think these are supers. I think these are supers. See, this is why I should probably just start hand washing them. I hand wash and then I wash them, which I think is counterproductive, but question was, do they hold blood far enough up the front and back? Worried about sleeping / laying down. So yes, the front goes, this is the front. The front goes all the way up here. The pad goes all the way up here. And then for the back, it's the same thing. All the way up here. So this is like pretty much where your back is starting. So it should cover your whole butt and your whole, all of the areas, which is great for if you're back sleeping or laying down. And honestly, I don't know if anybody experiences this, but when I'm menstruating, like it's rare that my blood comes out when I'm laying down because it's like sideways, but sometimes it does. Do they leak or stain your clothes underneath if they get full? They're going to, but when you feel yourself getting wet, it's like that's when you should know it's time to change it. How easy is the cleanup using the bathroom and washing them? Also a max use. A max use. The maximum use is 40 washes, which is typically around 2 years. That's how it will stay at maximum performance. 40 washes, which is 40 months. Unless obviously you're using just one pair and you're wearing it every single day of your period. How is the cleanup using the bathroom and washing them? I think I explained that one as well. There's not really any cleanup that goes on in the bathroom. Cleanup for washing them. It's like pretty simple. Like you step into the shower, you take them off. I just lay them on the floor, or I hold them and I just rinse them and all the blood just flows. And I keep doing that until there's no more blood that's flowing out, until it's like clear going through, and then I, you know, scrub it and like just, you know, make sure that it's 100% clear of blood. Last one, are they good for heavy flows? We talked about that. And are you a back sleeper? If so, do you feel the need to change them in the middle of the night because of the blood pooling? I do not feel the need to change them during the middle of the night. And I do know that they work when you sleep on your back. So I hope that answers majority of I hope that answers majority of the questions. Again, I'm gonna go on and answer the rest of the 20 questions on my membership spaces, so make sure you check it out. And you know, that's also where I post all of my different insights. I do insights every month, which is weird because I canceled like my Patreon, but technically it's still up because I just like to post like one-off things, one-off insights and stuff like that. I just be thinking, and I be writing, and I be, you know, guiding people on my membership spaces. So definitely check me out, and I hope that this was very informative. If you guys have any other questions, you can leave them in the comments and I will answer them. And I hope that you guys try out thinx. My thinx leader code is, this is how it works, okay? You go to thinx.com/KemiMarie, and that will give you the $10 off, which is pretty great. If they're ever having a sale, you can also stack things. So if they have, like, if they have a discount, you can also use my $10 off, which was amazing during the holidays because they were having such good sales that you could get a pair for like $10. Like, it was insane. Like, I was shook. But yeah, you can always go to SheThinx. Sorry, let me make sure I'm doing this right. Yeah, you can always go to shethinx.com/KemiMarie for the $10 off, and also to see my own bio and the ones that I use, my flow, where I'm from, just all of that stuff. You can go through and see my leader profile and order you some things. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. Again, if you have questions, let me know, and I hope you have a fantabulous day. Bye guys.